Hello, my name is Rachel Anise, otherwise known as the Beauty Professor. Welcome back to my channel. This year positively has been a flash. I hope you guys are doing so well. I am really looking forward to sharing with you the best of beauty for 2023. As always, I really put a lot of time and effort and thought into my selections that I'll be sharing with you. I take a look at all the content that I've created on my different channels over the entire 12 months, and I'm going to be pulling a few favorites from each month so that it's not just the most recent products that I'm using and enjoying. Every product that I'm talking about today is still in my rotation. I recently was reflecting on how long I've been doing Beauty Professor. I started this whole endeavor back in 2012 and have maintained it ever since. I'm so grateful for the growth that my blog and then YouTube channel, Instagram, contributions to other publications. I'm grateful for all of that has come from just a mad passion for lipstick and other makeup. I'm so grateful that you're here. So a little bit about how I wade through these products. Because I've been doing this so long, I'm on so many different press lists, and that's something that just comes with a lot of time and consistency. And so to put this into context, I probably receive on average 3 to 5 press samples a day in terms of delivery. I'm on very close terms with my UPS, FedEx, and DHL guys. They're amazing, and they know what I do, so it explains why they're at my house all the time. I never talk about or write about anything that I haven't personally tried and given a good effort with. Probably about 7% of what comes my way actually makes it into my content or onto my channels. From that, we're looking at probably the top 1 to 2% of that 7% that I'm covering today. Let's start with the month of January. In January, I started working heavily with 2 different highlighters. One is the 1999 cream highlighter. You guys have seen me talk about this and use this in tutorials a lot. It's lasted me quite a while. This is in the shade Miel, and it is a creamy, peachy, kind of pink tone. Miel is special. I have it on my face right now because it's dewy and it's glossy, but it doesn't move all over the place. It's not sticky, it's not heavy, it's not uncomfortable, and the tiniest bit just gives you the most hydrated complexion. It's always in my makeup bag, a staple. 1999 does beautiful things, but this is my absolute favorite from the brand. The next product that I started using a lot of at the beginning of the year is this iconic London highlighter. This is the original shade, and I like it because it's a liquid, and so it works well with other mediums. You can mix it into a foundation. You can tap it, of course, on top of foundation. It's ultra reflective, and a little goes a long way. One bottle will last you forever. The other product that I wanted to show you in January is my Au Naturel Lip Cream Stain in Trench Coat. Now, Au Naturel has gone through some wild times, and I've talked about that in previous videos. Their headquarters were demolished by a drunk driver, and they are rebuilding and now back to producing products. This shade was a dream nude to create. It's creamy, it's totally clean, and it's a perfect, in my opinion, blend of pink, peach, and nude, and has incredible lasting power while still being hydrating. I have one of these tucked into every bag, and I'm hopeful they'll be available when this video goes live. For the month of February, I have 3 products to show you. The first is the Youthforia Night Off Deep Cleansing Green Tea Jelly Cleanser. I'm on my 5th tube at this point, and so I've received the first one as press, and I think the good sign of a product that's just a hit in your life is when you want to just keep buying more. Received the first one for free, I tested it out, and I've been buying it ever since. It is so good. It's fragrance free, it's got a jelly bouncy texture. I keep it in my shower, and I typically do my best face washing in the shower because I shower at the end of the day. So I put this on a full face of makeup, move it through, and you just get the deepest, most beautiful clean without drying your skin. And it's got great skincare benefits. So my face always feels really balanced. I never want to be without this. And every Beauty Professor reader or follower who has tried this as well has come back to tell me they love it. Next is the Clé de Peau Beauté. This is the Rouge Shine in the shade Calanth Orchid, and oh my gosh, I've shown you this so many times, but this February was the month I first tried it. I've run through a whole tube. I'm on my second tube now. It's always in my purse. What I like about it is that it is opaque. It's a gorgeous pinky nude beige. I mean, you don't get color payoff like this with a shine formula very often. It's hydrating and it really stays in place. So many ways that I integrate this into my daily routine, and it's just a holy grail for me. Another holy grail in the lip department. Gosh, I really do have a color family that I love. I'm showing you all these pinky nudes today. This is the Sisley Paris collaboration with Patrick Foley, and it is the shade Beverly Hills. It is a shine formula, and it starts off sheer, but it does build to a nice milky opacity. It is so pretty on the lips. I wear it all the time. I probably need to get a new tube soon. I'm down to the last little bit, but you know something is good in the lip product zone when it's in your purse all the time and you got it in February. Patrick is such an incredible makeup artist. Follow him on Instagram, and his partnership with Sisley has just been a lovely surprise. I can't wait to see what else he does. In March, I talked a lot about foundation, and 3 that I just need to show you are as follows. The first is the G Beauty Prime Skin. This is in the shade 5. I can wear 5 and then 6 in the summer, but 5 for a lot of the year. Prime Skin is really interesting because it is a moisturizer. It has a gorgeous buildable tint. I get buildable to medium coverage. It's got a touch of luminosity, and it's one of those things that just makes your skin instantly look better. I use it on kind of no makeup days, but I can also kind of step it up for when I want some more coverage. It just looks so natural on the skin, and it does come in a nice expanded shade range. So I have to show you the Westman Atelier Skin Drops. These are something that I repurchased in the year. So I had them and then I bought them again, and my shade match is IX, and it is a good match for me for most of the year. At first when I tried these, I wasn't sure how I felt because I thought it might be too sheer of coverage for me, but I am more of a light to medium coverage girl these days, and so it works really well for me. These have a glossy finish that you can kind of set with powder if you want. And even though it does have some high shine, it doesn't move around. It's very natural. Of course, all the Westman Atelier products have impeccable ingredients, and I'm really pleased with this. Just the fact that I'm on the second bottle, I needed to show you. Another product that I do have, that I do have swatches of all shades of on Beauty Professor, we'll make sure to link to it, is the Monica Blunder Beauty Blender Cover. This product is such a fan favorite for the beauty community, and I love to see it. So it is a creamy, buildable complexion product created by Monica Blunder, who is at this point a dear friend of mine. I really like her as a person, and I love her eye as a makeup artist and beauty brand creator. This product is just so easy to wear because you can build it up from sheer all the way to full opacity to like concealer level coverage if you want to, and just use even a couple different shades to create some dimension. It's clean and it is very easy to blend out. You don't need to work hard, and once you do, it stays in place. So good. For the month of April, I'm just showing you 2 products in the lip zone, and these are ones that I have repurchased multiple times the whole year. And one is this Too Faced Lip Injection Lip Liner in the shade Hot and Spicy. It is a caramel nude beige with a little bit of rosy pink thrown in for good measure. It's retractable, so I don't need to sharpen it, and it does have a kind of plumping, tingly experience when you put it on. I like it because it does kind of pump up the perimeter of your lips. You get a touch of plumping without irritation, and it stays in place for hours. I've tried all the shades. I bought them all actually, or most of them, and Hot and Spicy has been the one that I keep rebuying because it just goes with all of my lipsticks. The lip combo that I wear a lot of then has been Hot and Spicy with this Armani Lip Power in shade 503. Looks like this. It's a pinky peach shade, so creamy, and while I really like the Armani Lip Power formula in general, I like the color payoff, I like the lasting power, it's not drying, it's just a great overall lipstick. I've tried multiple shades from this formula, and 503 by far is my absolute favorite. I just keep buying it. Truly, every reader and follower who has tried it has told me they love it too. It's just so easy and beautiful and really gives you a lot of color impact without looking over the top. I'm actually compelled to put a little bit on right now. You can just see it in action. I'm putting it over something else in a similar color family, but you can see just the application, the wear. It somehow kind of dries down while still having a shine, and I just feel like it's one of those predictable formulas where I know it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get weird. It's not going to pool up in the rim of my lips. If I'm going out somewhere and I just don't want to have to think about my lips, I pop this on and I know it's going to be good. For the month of May, I started using the Agent Nature Holy Radiance formula. You guys know how much I love Agent Nature. I've talked about the line so many times, and there are many products that are part of my daily routine that I'm always happy to answer questions on. This one is an MSM supplement, which is good for your joints, also great for your skin, good for immunity and gut health. It possesses so many benefits, which is why it's worth it for me to add it into my daily routine. I put a scoop into a cold drink. Some people say they don't like it in a hot drink. You can taste it. I don't really notice it even in a hot coffee, but I typically prefer cold drinks. Who else is with me on that? So I lately just make an iced matcha or an iced coffee at home, and I put a scoop of this in. It's a small scoop. And then I also add a scoop of my Holy Mane, which I've talked about for a couple of years now. I have had a scoop in something that I drink every single day. I even travel with it. And the combination, I think, really does wonders internally from the inside out for your skin. And then, of course, with this, your hair, your nails, also helps with gut health. This is a power pair. It's an investment, but you're investing in so much more than just an immediate benefit. It's a long-term benefit that you see in so many areas of your body and face. Also in May, we have the Lawless powder. I think it's hard to find a talc-free powder that really performs, but this one does. Lawless is of course clean, so it doesn't surprise me that it would be talc-free, but I'm grateful that it also delivers really great results. Now this is in the shade medium, and I keep it in my purse, so it does not look pristine, but it is well loved and well used. It does have a sponge at the bottom here, and that's really all I use when I'm applying this. You can build it up as like a full coverage foundation if you wanted to, but I don't do it that way. I typically am wearing another foundation and using this for touch-ups or to kind of remove shine throughout the day or to set an area that I think just needs setting. So I might go in, and often it's just with my finger. I'm very low maintenance about this, and I move through here. I love the way that it blurs everything out without giving you an obvious powdery finish. When I first started beauty writing, I was so enamored with Tom Ford Beauty, and I'm not saying it's not good anymore. It still is great, but there's just less and less products that I feel are as alluring in the line. But one product that I've used since May nonstop is this Shade and Illuminate Powder Highlighting Duo in the shade Tan Light. I use this lighter one as a highlighter, and then I use this deeper one actually as a bronzer or over bronzer to just add illumination. I put a bit over my whole face with a big fluffy brush today, and I like the way that it behaves kind of like a filter for your face. It just gives your skin an extra something and does it without accentuating pores or making you look oily. It is just a really well done product. Finally, for the month of May, we have the Maya Chia, the main agent. This is a advanced molecular bond repair formulation for the hair. I have a whole deep dive on my experience with this where I used it for almost 3 months, just nonstop, but as directed. I really appreciated the transformation that this delivered for my hair. My hair is, I focus a lot on healthy hair, and I'm always looking for formulas that will contribute to that, and this one does that. So in a clean way, it rebuilds bonds back into your hair. You use it on damp, in my case, freshly washed hair, and use it a couple of times a week only. You don't need to do it every single day at all. But it does such a good job of smoothing everything out, of adding shine back to the hair, of making your hair look bouncy and just like sealing each strand. It is incredible. Read the reviews on this, not just mine, but others, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Also in May was the Sisley Fido Eye Twist in the shade Fawn. Talked about it all spring and summer. I'm actually out of it now. So that's how much I loved it. I need to pick up a new one. I tried to pick up a new one last week while at the store, and they were out of the shade. So apparently lots of people love this shade. It's a perfect peachy gold pink. Just so easy to wear. Very bronzy, very fresh, very neutral. All right, for the month of June, I'm showing you two little products here. This is the London Town Cure Illuminating Nail Concealer in the original shade. I also picked up the Accelerating Drying Oil. So this power pair has been on my nails non-stop. I have natural nails these days, and I always have had natural nails, but I was doing gel like for a lot of last year, the year before, and I stopped doing gel. I really had to wait for my nails to completely grow back out again to get them to a healthy space, because that takes a toll. The gel or dip just takes such a toll on your nails. Now, my nails often have been really, really long. I attribute that to my supplements. But I keep them a lot shorter these days because long nails, I like the look, but they impede me from typing well. And I type a lot for what I do as a professor and what I do as a beauty writer. So in order to not make mistakes, I keep my nails shorter. I'm a lot more functional. That being said, I like a nice clean color on my nails, and I like to do them myself. This shade is just like a beautiful, slightly iridescent milky white. So pretty, so easy. I do 2 coats. And then sometimes I do a top coat, but lately I just, because I do this at night before I go to sleep, I put just 1 drop of this oil on my cuticles and let it just drop down. And it helps to dry the nails, leaves them really smooth, and keeps my cuticles healthy. This pairing is amazing. I never want to be without. I order like multiples of this because I just like this shade so much. Of all the colors I've tried in this formula, this is still my go-to. For the month of July, I have something in the foot care category. This is the Serum Dr. Flawless Feet Foot Serum and the Foot File. You can buy these separately or order them as a pair, as a set. I was introduced to this line by Candace, who is one of the co-founders of the line. And I'm, as always with any foot care, I'm relatively skeptical because I have very dry heels, like absurdly dry, no matter what I do. And this has changed everything for me. When I first experienced it, I could not believe how soft my feet were, and I've managed to maintain for the last 6 months since trying it. I ordered a set for my dad. I'm actually getting low on this bottle here. I'll need to get a new serum for myself. I dry file with this. Don't do it after getting your feet wet. Do it before you get your feet wet. That's what I learned. Dry file first. I just go outside and do it so the skin can fly with wild abandon. And then I put the serum on, and it's got a little roller ball, so it's really easy. Your feet will look pristine, and you can do this like every day if you want. For me, I do it weekly at this point. I kid you not, I go get pedicures still with my same salon, and they have asked me, because I used to always have to pay for extra callus removal, like, what have you done to your feet? What's changed? What are you using? I always tell them it's Serum Doctor. This is an incredible, transformative product. Also, I need to show you the Gucci Beauty True Pink Blush. This blush has had a lot of use from me, and because I try so many cheek colors, it's rare for me to make a serious dent in one, but I'm halfway done with this one. But True Pink was my one true love, and I don't go anywhere without it. So I actually have some on the apples of my cheeks right now. What I like about it is it's kind of a soft baby pink. It doesn't have any obvious shimmer, but it's not dry and matte. And somehow it brightens up your complexion without looking obvious. It's like a baby doll pink, but you don't look like you're like painted or made up, trying too hard. And every time I wear it, someone will ask either online or in person, like, what is that blush? I like it. It just looks so natural and fresh. It's True Pink, so recommend it, and the compact is really pretty, but it would mean nothing to me if the blush inside was not great. In the month of August, the Euphoria Date Night Foundation launched. Now, I knew that this foundation was getting worked on. I met Fiona, the founder of Euphoria, and we had extensive conversations about foundation because we're both foundation fanatics, and we like to kind of just see what's out there, try a whole bunch. We're really interested in the ones that are hard to find and pin down. The more esoteric, the better. And so I was excited when I knew she was developing a foundation because I love her brand in general. I think it's really innovative, and I knew that this would be good, and it does not disappoint. Foundation is a serum foundation. It has really beautiful coverage with a skin satin finish that stays in place all day. It does not go anywhere, and it does really play well with the light, so it gives you almost like a candlelit look without having any obvious shimmer. And I highly recommend it. I have swatches of all shades on Beauty Professor. Have you tried this yet? Also in August, Clé de Peau Beauté launched their updated eyeshadow quads. This is shade 7, which I wear the most. I have swatches of almost all of the shades, so I'll link to that. But this is the one I wear the most, and this is the one I actually have on my eyes today. So I went in with just my fingers. That's how high performance this formula is. And what's really interesting is this bottom shade in all of the quads is actually a cream that's meant to be like a primer base to build upon. And then you have 3 other shades. I like this one because all 4 shades are very wearable, and I get approximately equal use from all of them. Probably wearing the deepest one the least, but I do use it kind of in the corner and smudge out. You could also wear it along your lash line. Benjamin Puckey, who is at the helm of the brand and creating all the products, did such a magnificent job with these, and I cannot recommend 7 enough. It's just a really effortless neutral palette that performs well. It's luxurious, yes, but it is also utilitarian. For the month of September, I have a few different products to show you, and all of them are still pieces that I pack if I travel. I use them all the time. First is the Suku The Foundation. It's a cream foundation, and they relaunched. This was really one of the first Suku products I ever tried years ago. Before I was really even seriously beauty writing, I just sought it out and fell in love with the brand. And I think Suku does so many things so well, so it's very hard for me to just pick a couple of products to share, but this foundation has been on repeat. I am shade 40 in this one, and I have swatches of all the shades on, perhaps the only set of all shades of swatches on the internet, so I'll link to that below. I'm always happy to help to shade match you if you'd like, but this cream foundation is exceptional. A pea-sized amount, maybe less than that, gives you medium to full coverage. A little goes a long way, and it stays in place. If I know I just need to put on a very predictable, in the best way, reliable foundation for a full day, I pop this on and I'm good to go. I've worn it through my longest teaching and meeting days, and I always keep a small jar of it in my makeup bag, which is kind of funny because I really never need to use it to touch up, but I just like to have it with me. And something else I wear basically daily is you can't even see the writing on it. That's how much it bounces around in my makeup bag. The Make Beauty Infinite Hold Sculpting Brow Tint, and this is in the shade Cool Brown. It comes in 2 shades. One is clear, one is cool brown. I brush this through my brows in the morning and I do nothing else. No pencil, no powder, nothing. And my brows end up very feathery, full, they have nice color, and this never flakes off. It is just so long lasting. It has replaced my favorite, which was the Tom Ford Brow Gel, which I used for years. I bought so many of them, and I finally found a replacement that I think I like even better because I think the lasting power is more exceptional, and this color is just it for me. I love it. Also in September, I started using the Bake Up Beauty Tarantula Lash Mascara. I ordered my first tube after seeing it demonstrated on Instagram. I now purchased a couple of tubes. I really like it because it's a jet black formula. You can build it to a very wild, kind of dramatic lash moment like that, but you can also just wear it very naturally and get instantly long, volumized, deep lashes. And it does not budge. It doesn't transfer. That's what I really fell in love with. And yet somehow it easily comes off with a little soap and water in the shower. Wild. I'm not sure how Jo Baker, who's also a makeup artist, I'm not sure how she figured out how to nail that perfect balance between long lasting and easy to take off, but she did with this one, and I'm always reaching for it. The Lawless Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Perfecting Cream. Look, I'm almost out, like almost out of this one. I love it because it does all of these things. It's a great initial moisturizer. Sometimes after washing my face, if I'm in a hurry, I just go in with this. It really gives you a nice hydrated, plumped up in the best possible way canvas, and it plays well with makeup, so you can use it as a primer. And then the sunscreen that I've worn the most this year is the WARE SPF 40. It's called Sonny, and it is tinted, but it's a universal tint. It does not leave a white cast, and it's 100% mineral. It works well on all skin types. It's lightweight. It does take the place of your moisturizer and your sunscreen. There's a little bit of illumination, a little bit of tint. If you want all of that, it's all in there, and it's really effortless and easy and looks beautiful on the skin. For the month of October, I started using the RMS blush in the shade Crystal Slipper, and it became a purse staple for me. This is a blend of peach, pink, and brown, almost like a bronze. So you can get away with using it as a bronzer or to shape or contour your complexion. It layers nicely over itself, so you can use it to touch up, to brighten your cheeks throughout the day. It is such a versatile color. I love eyeshadow, but I like a certain type. It needs to be neutral. There needs to be some shimmer, some light catching properties. It needs to blend well, be crease resistant, and easy to apply. And the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette checks all of those boxes. It is my favorite of the Natasha Denona palettes. Without question. I use it the most. The shimmers in this one are insane. I've used so much of this Muse shade and I have a lot left. It is hyper reflective. I might need to add a little bit in here. You can see it in action. Hyper reflective, but does not crease and there's no fallout. This is such a beautiful color story. It's like all the shades that I love in the Natasha Denona Glam palette, but in a neutral story where I wear all of the shades. So, and then I need to show you two brands that were new to launch in my life. One is Twish. Now this was created by my friend Anise, who's a beauty writer. We met in the beauty world, and her daughter, Maddie, and who's a teenager, and they decided to create a teen skincare line that obviously is targeted for the younger set. But what's great is even if you're not a teen, you can still use the products. And I started using the Peachy Clean Cleanser, which has no fragrance, by the way, and love it as a second cleanse in the shower for me following the euphoria. It has salicylic acid, colloidal silver, but it's gentle and it does not stripe and it removes every last trace of makeup. They also have a gel for banishing acne if you get a spot or a zit, and I actually gave it to my mom because she had this like wild pimple that came out of nowhere. I was like, try this, and she put it on and she called me the next morning and she was like, Rachel, it's gone. I don't even know how that happened because this thing was just like a monster, but it totally disappeared. I just let her keep it, and I'm glad I have my own set of the zit gel here on hand should something erupt, but it really works and the reviews on this line are incredible. So it's an independent beauty brand, go support them, and the products really deliver. I started working with the line Alluvia Uma, which is a Korean brand. The Lip Tox is one of my favorites. It's a very hydrating, nourishing lip balm. This one is in the shade Guava. It's a little bit pink, no shimmer, and just looks amazing on the lips. You get this serious cloak of hydration. It's just a touch sticky, but in a good way to leave it in place, but not uncomfortable sticky. And it doesn't slide all over the place. I can't stand when a gloss or a lip balm is too emollient and it just moves everywhere. This one stays in place and it really does a nice job of volumizing your lips. They have other beautiful skincare formulations in this line, but I had to show you this one because it's in my purse daily. All right, in November, we had the U Beauty Super Tinted Hydrator launch. I wear a mixture of shade 6 and shade 7 for a lot of the year, but so excited when this launched because I really like the Super Hydrator. It's got this very buoyant, bouncy finish that's a little bit glossy that really makes it look like your skin got so hydrated on contact, and it feels great. Like you really do get a nice moisture experience. So this is this, but with a lovely round of pigment. So another complexion product to show you is the Le Métier de Beauté Peau Vierge Concealer. Now I brought it in with the original Peau Vierge Complexion Perfector because I use them in tandem. I go in with this one in shade 3. It gives you illumination and hydration. I've talked about this for a decade. I'm so glad it's still available. And then they launched this concealer, which is a very lightweight yet extremely pigmented formula that just blends so well and does not budge, does not crease, really stays in place and wears beautifully all day. You can wear it in the under eye region, of course, to cover a spot, or sometimes I just like to buff it all over my face after the Peau Vierge and my complexion is set for the day. This really does not move. This is in the shade 4 for me, and I do have swatches that I will link to of all the shades available right now. Next is Neen, which is the latest beauty brand creation from Janine Lobel, who you might have recognized her name as a makeup artist, as also the founder of Stila originally. And she launched Anine, which is a really interesting, beautiful line with innovative product. And this eyeshadow palette I've worn on repeat. I've shown it to you guys in videos. This is in the shade Swoon. The shadows are so pigmented, resist fallout, very pretty, and this combo is my favorite. I'm also really enjoying their lip color and their mascaras. Zip also launched their updated version of the device. It's the Halo, and it does everything you'd want it to do and more. I love Zip on so many fronts because it gives you microcurrent and nanocurrent, and so you're getting skincare benefits on the lower levels of your skin, you know, it's sculpting, tightening, firming, but you also are getting an immediate benefit on the outside of your skin because your skin looks improved. It's bouncier, juicier, it just looks better, more even. You get all of that with one device. That's why I've been a Zip loyalist for so long. Maya Chia also launched an eye cream in the fall. This is the Advanced Eye Response Complex, and it has been my go-to eye cream ever since. I use it every single night. I noticed results very early on in my trial process, probably within a week of using it. This whole area was so smoothed out. The Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide eyeliners are amazing. This one is called Night Forest, and it is a rich green that I have actually on my waterline right now. It does not budge once you apply it. No shimmer, just cream, and extreme longevity. Parfums de Marly Alter. This is their latest fragrance, and it smells like a dream. If you like a woodsy, vanilla, leather, slightly gourmand moment, then this is for you. I think it would smell incredible on a man, but it also is one that I feel very excited to wear. And we've made it to December. It's nighttime outside. Per usual, I finally get around to filming when it's like late in the day. So if you are hanging in there for the end of the year here, just know I'm going to run through some December favorites and then talk about just a few perennial favorites and a couple products that I'm very excited to continue testing in 2024. So I picked up a few products from a line called Valerie Beverly Hills. It's available online and in store in Beverly Hills, and I really like the products. They're created by a makeup artist named Valerie Sarnell. It's Secret Weapon Foundation. It's a two-sided cream foundation. I have it on right now. There's a deeper shade and a lighter shade, and I use my Wayne Goss complexion brush here to just buff it on my skin, and learned that it was a favorite of Pamela Anderson when she was on Baywatch because it actually is pretty water resistant. But what's fantastic in addition to its longevity is that it looks so natural on the skin. Like, I put a little bit on over some tinted moisturizer. In this case, I'm using the Valerie Tinted Moisturizer, and that's illuminating. I just do one pump of this and then some of the cream foundation in the center of my face, and it will last all day long, no budging. On my lashes today is the Monica Blunder Beauty Architect Eyes Buildable Mascara, and I am wearing it in brown, which is not a mascara color I would ever think I'd be wearing and loving. I'm always choosing a black mascara, the darker the better. But the brown is so interesting because it's just like a softer, it's still very dark, but it's just a softer kind of effect. And I applied this hours ago at this point, but watch this. It truly is buildable, meaning hours later, I can go in and apply some more, and it just lengthens and enhances, but my lashes are not clumpy. They're not black, but I am now kind of partial to the brown. It's special in its own way. I also ordered some products from Jennifer Bell Beauty, which she is a makeup artist and content creator. I ordered her Holy Grail lip liner, which I'm like half done with. I use it so much, and it's a nice cool toned mauve-y deep nude, so you really can kind of overline without looking obvious. It's a very natural look. Her tanning powder, it's called Sunkissed. It's a powder. I have it on right now. I just used it to quickly gently sculpt. It does have great color payoff, but looks very natural. And then I put some of that Gucci blush on top of it. Really, another lip liner that I started working with in December is the Nude Envy lip liner in Spicy. It's a touch warmer than this Holy Grail, which is quite cool, almost taupey. And I love that Nude Envy added a deeper lip liner to the mix. This is, I think, the third lip liner. The first two are more like light and mid-tone nudes. Spicy is deeper, it's creamy, it's long wearing, it's just lovely, and it's been in my bag nonstop. And that concludes my favorites for each month of 2023. I do want to highlight some Holy Grail products that I use all year round that have been just constants in my rotation, and I'll try to do a deep dive on these soon, but this is just going to be a quick touch base, and I'll of course link to everything below. So we have the Suku 20th anniversary palette. This is in shade 101. I did a lot of traveling in the fall, and I took this with me and used it like the whole time. It is still available and it's on sale, so I will link to it. Get it. It's so travel friendly, and you'll get a lot of use from these shades. I still, 3 or 4 years later, have a love affair going with the Byredo Feverish lipstick. I actually just bought one for my sister-in-law. It is this luminous, kind of glittery peachy pink. A lot of you have tried it and love it like I do. Another lip liner that I use a lot of, you can see I'm like down on the second half, is the Jones Road lip liner in Nudist. It's definitely the darkest. It's like a true taupe brown. I also always have the Clé de Peau Radiant Concealer in Mocha in my bag. It's really the concealer I reach for most at this stage in my life. I do love the original Clé de Peau concealer. I travel with that always. It's creamy and a classic, but this lighter weight one is great for my under eye region, and I use it to clean things up under my eye. I just go in like this. Mocha sounds like it'd be a really deep brown shade, but it's actually not. It's like a neutral medium beige and matches my skin well, and then I just bring it through, sweeping like this, cleans up the eye area, doesn't crease. And T3 rollers are also always a classic. My hair tonight, courtesy of the rollers themselves. I just put them in for 15 minutes before filming. What I like is that they're so low heat, but they do deliver results that last for me all day, even with a lot of hair. The Color Science Flex in medium and tan, I mix them and I wear them all year. This is a great mineral SPF. It's SPF 50 and it's mineral, and it goes from white to your exact skin tone. I need to mix two to get my exact skin tone, but even still, they're always in my bag. I travel with them. They are as good as everyone says they are, and I'm on my second set. My well-insulated bags, always within reach. I travel with them. I have one in my work bag. I have a bigger version for my skincare. I've shown them to you guys a lot this year, but what's great is they have an interior zipper. They're really well constructed. They're waterproof. I even kayaked with one recently, and as the name would imply, they are insulated. So it really gives your skincare and makeup the best chance of protection in inclement weather. In terms of fragrance, I reached for the Maison Francis Crick de Jean Paris Baccarat Rouge 540 L'Extract, which is a little different than the regular 540, a lot. I'm about halfway through this bottle. I don't wear fragrance every day, but I do reach for this frequently. Honestly, can't tell you what makes this one, from an olfactory standpoint, different from the original, but they're just different. You can tell. Then a bronzer that I wear steadily for the year is the Make bronzer in Aura. This, you can see I'm down to the rings on this one, so I'll be hitting pan soon. This is just a nice true suede tan, and it, I think, would look great on a lot of different complexions. Finally, let me talk about a few things that I'm excited about using in 2024. The first is the Lima Laser. This is something that's been on my radar for a while. It is considered the most powerful at-home laser that you can use, but with little to no risk, side effects, downtime, nothing. It just is something you can use every single day. 20 minutes is recommended, and it works to lift, to firm, to stimulate collagen, and it does it at a really effective level. I've been finding myself using it very effortlessly while I watch TV. It's not warm. That's unexpected because I thought it would be, but it's not. It actually just feels like room temperature on your face. So, to be continued. I picked up a few lipsticks recently by Louboutin. I haven't been excited about a Louboutin lipstick in a while. There is a new Slender Lumi Matte lip color range and also a glossy shine range. This packaging is next level, and I picked up 2 shades I'll make sure to link to below. I do have the glossy one on my lips. It's called Bear Kate, and it is just like the nude of dreams. I also picked up this YSL lipstick in the shade Nude Lavalier, but it's the bold version, which means you get insane color payoff in this cool medium pink. So, so good. Highly recommended. The Medicine Line by Dr. Diamond, and that's been kind of my go-to the last week or so. Very impressed so far. I feel like it's doing good things for my skin, so I need to do a proper review soon, but I did want to just put this on your radar. I think skincare, you know, you need time to test, so more on that. And 3 hair serums that I plan to continue using on the long term: the Rose Milk Hair Serum. This is a good leave-in after showering. I also like the Acton Acre Stem Cell Peptide Scalp Treatment. This is exceptional for this area of your hair where thinning begins most of all. I'm using it as a preventative measure right in here, and it's a leave-in, so I use it after washing. I go in and just put a little bit in here, massage it in. I'm also using the Kier Fuller Active Hair Serum, which is another leave-in, so I can use it after showering. Go in right at my scalp, I give it a few seconds, and then I massage it in, and it's got an amazing kind of roster of ingredients, all natural, all clean, that help with volumizing your hair and really fortifying it. Finally, and I can't show you much right now, but I will say I've been working with a product that is very near and dear to my heart. Looks like this. It is for the hair, and it is my dream product in terms of delivering results in a way that no product I've ever tried has been able to do for me. So I cannot wait to share more as the year progresses, hopefully sooner rather than later. But because you guys are here, quick sneak peek, that's all I can say right now, but I am just bursting with excitement for this one. We've made it to this point in the video. Congratulations. And my heartfelt thanks. I am so grateful to have you here. I will always have an affinity for long form video because it really lets you get in there and show and discuss and give reasons for why you like the things you like, rather than just some flashy catchphrase or quick graphic. I always want to make sure that I'm justifying my purchases and the things that I decide to use and test, and I want to make sure that you guys feel that same level of confidence when you're spending money and trying something new. So that's why these videos are longer, but I hope that they are helpful for you and interesting and insightful. I recognize that you can get beauty content from so many incredible people out there creating. This is definitely not the landscape it was when I first started, but I thank you for being there with me, and thank you for your trust, and I thank you for choosing to be here and to be excited about products the same way that I am. I'm wishing you a truly blessed and beautiful new year. I have many things planned for all of us in 2024, and I look forward to sharing those things as the time is right. And in the meanwhile, there's of course always new content on my Instagram and my LTK shop and at beautyprofessor.com. Take care.